Hello everyone, Pockets here, and we are back playing some more Magic: The Gathering Arena. Between this episode and the last, I did some digging around, poked around at a few things, played some games, and discovered Explorer format on the Arena, which really appeals to me. As I said in the last video, I am getting back into paper Magic, kind of focusing on Pioneer, a little bit of Standard, come September especially, and Explorer being close to Pioneer gives me some time that I can practice with the decks I intend to play with. So to that end, I built an Izzet Phoenix deck as close as I could. I sort of took my standard deck from last time I played Arena a lot, and I tweaked it up to close to what the Pioneer deck would be. Again, there are some cards missing, and some of my choices may not be optimal. I did look online. I don't see a lot of Izzet Phoenix in Explorer, so I'm not sure why that is. I'm probably just missing something that makes it as powerful as it could be. But I've had luck with it so far. I played 5 games. I won 3 of them. One of the lost games we won't even talk about. It was my first game. I made a whole bunch of mistakes, including casting all 3 of my spells in the second main phase. So obviously getting Phoenix's back, that was a real that felt really special. Yeah, but so this is what I've got. I've been kind of tweaking around with it. So we'll take a look. For consider, for opt, got to dig through the pile. Those are nice little one-off spells, helpful for getting Phoenixes out of the graveyard, etc. Lightning Axe is a cool looking spell. So 1 mana and discard or pay 5 to deal 5 damage to a creature. This really good. I mean, 5 damage for quote unquote 1 mana is a good deal. Allows me to discard Ox or Phoenixes if I end up with them in my hand to get that 5 damage out and clear the way for whatever I have on the board. It's nice. This I'm struggling with a balance here. So I put 2 and 2 just to see what I like more of. There's a 1 mana deal 3 damage to target creature planeswalker. 3 damage to a creature is good. Could also take out the last few life on a planeswalker. Play with fire is instant instead of sorcery. 2 damage to any target, and if I target the player, I get to scry. So some balance of these two in that slot. Not sure what it's going to be yet, but 2 and 2 for now until I get a feel for it. Chart, of course, is pretty much what it is. Things I know in Historic we could have Faithless Looting, but Pioneer and Explorer we can't, so we have to kind of work around that. This is a similar idea. Draw 2 cards and discard a card. It's a little more expensive, obviously, but so that's good. That's another way to get Phoenixes out of our hand in the graveyard. Talk about Ledger for a minute. Strategic planning, same idea. This is more look at the top 3 cards, take 1, put the rest in the graveyard. Good for digging for those cards we want in the graveyard. I like having Finale of Promise. I'm not sure it sees play in Pioneer, but I put it in here because I don't really have. I don't know. Don't know what else I'd put in that slot. This card on its own, if you cast it for 4, can summon Phoenixes out of your graveyard by pulling 2 spells as well. And we're going to be casting a lot of instants and sorcery spells. So I think that's fun. I have a 1 of, it just comes up. If the game goes a little long, it gives me just a, I don't have to have the spells in my hand type of deal. Ledger Shredder, I mean, imagine this sees play in pretty much any spellcasting blue deck, or deck that has blue in it. There's a reason it's an expensive card. So put that in there. Arc like Phoenix, obviously, it's a Phoenix deck. And I put the Crackling Drakes in. I just like having the extra bodies. It's good if things go long and I have to go, defend against aggro decks like Mono Red. We'll see. Again, I'm not very super familiar with the Explorer meta. And then 1 Ox of Agonas. This was in my standard deck. I couldn't see much for Explorer decks, so I put it in here. Gives me another card I can discard. Good for refilling your hand. You're emptied out, so you just cast this out of your graveyard for 2, and then draw 3 cards, and get a 5/3 in the process. I'd could hard cast it if I need to. That's not the intent. It's to pitch for a Lightning Axe or one of these Charter Course strategic planning. We can pitch it with those, and then just a mana base. 2 Den of the Bugbears for late game. Just get that extra little bit of damage through if I need it. No reason not to include the pathways that are in your color, I imagine. Haven't found a reason not to include them other than maybe stuff that matters for basic lands, like islands or named basic lands specifically. But other than that, no reason not to have them. And then these are just the rare duels I had, so comes into play tapped unless I can 2 or more. I didn't craft the other ones yet, but I might still do that and flip them out for these because if I decide I need more mana early. And then here again, this one, for example, if you control an island or mountain, that's where the pathways may not be quite as good. but I do have 4 of each. So, and this is not a mountain either, yeah. So we'll see. This could also need to maybe switch this out for the reverse of this guy, maybe. We'll see. But this is the deck. Let's go give it a go. I've also been tweaking with building my Auras deck. I bought the Precon and I've done some upgrading to it in Paper Magic. So I'm sort of trying to tweak with it here. There's a few cards missing. I'll have to figure out some replacements for those in Explorer, but we're gonna do that at some point as well in the future. But let's give this a go. We're gonna do not bot match. That was testing some recording. Here, we're gonna go ranked Explorer. All right, let's give it a go. Hopefully I don't misplay so bad. Play that. We'll try to get 3 games in here again. Definitely, if some of the card numbers and tweaking, if you can think of something that might work better, just definitely let me know. It's kind of the whole point of what I'm doing. Trying to get better at this and show things. And again, I looked online and, less than 0.5%. I think 0.5% is the other Izzet, but it's not Phoenix, so even less than that Izzet Phoenix. So it gives me that little bit of element of surprise as well. That is a hand. I mean, no early, but I don't really need. I'm on the opponent goes first. I'm on the draw as well, eh? Gives me a turn 2 Charter Course to pitch this Phoenix. I'm going to keep it just because I'm trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. So we'll go from there. Say hello. And we're going to go ahead and play out an island so as to not give too much away. Okay. So we'll probably chart a course unless I draw. I kind of want to. Yeah, I think I'm going to chart a course, pitch the Phoenix. Get to, yeah, we need to start worrying about taking some damage as well. Oh, wow, that is not what I want. Let's pitch this out as a red just to have it. And we'll do a charter course. Then we'll discard this. And hope that we survive long enough to actually do something. So next turn we can consider strategic planning if we don't get something off consider. Jeez, that's a fast deck. Oh my. That is not what I wanted. Okay, let's consider. Put that in the graveyard. Way too much land in my hand this game. There's another opt. I can get 1 Phoenix, but that's not really going to do much. Do we control a mountain? We do. We control an island, so we can play this out untapped. We could opt and hope. Maybe we can get a Phoenix. A Lightning Axe. You know what? We'll do that and we'll discard, like, the Steam Vents or the Pathway. Discard a card. Let's pop out the... Let's get rid of the Pathway. Not that... Actually, you know what? I can't afford to play the Steam Vents. Do I keep up a blocker? I think I have to keep it as a blocker. No, he's only got 2 land. Let's try it. Probably should have kept it as a blocker, but we'll see. He gets a hasty... So that's probably lethal if he has a burn spell. He doesn't. Okay. So next up, I think we just play a Crackling Drake and swing, right? Wait for him to blast the bird if he has a burn spell for it. He doesn't. We'll play this as an island. We'll pitch this as a 4/4. All right. That gives us some digging we can do next turn, which is nice. So he can mirror something next turn. Oh no, it has haste. That's not the mirror. Let's block the mage. He can burn down the Crackling Drake if he wants. That's fine. We have another Crackling Drake we can play, so... Let's go ahead and do that. We'll draw a card first because this is not going to come into play tap, so it doesn't really matter. We'll play that out. Play another Crackling Drake. Draw a card, and hopefully it's a spell we can... A Den. I'm going to keep attacking with this. He gets through... Ugh. No, I got to block. Because he gets one through and one burn spell, I'm done. Plus the prowess. We can get Phoenix back if we have to block. Actually, he exiles it though. Ugh. That's rough. Either way, it exiles if I lose it, so. Come on through. Okay. Alright, so let's start with strategic planning. Let's get some Phoenixes. Choose one from my hand. I want... take the play with fire, because I can kill Kumono. And then we're going to do another strategic planning. Choose one from my hand, opt. That's 2 spells. And then we're going to 3 spell. Get rid of Kumono. That's 13, but he can't block any of it, so that should be lethal. Uh, 6 and 8. There we go. Ooh. That's what I like. It's just it comes out of nowhere like that. That's what I like about it. One of the things I do intend to do over the course of the next few weeks is learn control decks. I think see what my opponent is playing. Do Strangle. That's good against early. These are good against early aggro. Lightning Axe if I do happen to pull into Phoenix. I'm going to keep it. Nice thing is I can play it in this order, so I have a mana curve out that works as well. I get red turn 1 to play counter aggro. It's Rakdos by the looks. Another Stormcarved Coast. That's fine. We'll play out a mountain and end the turn. And then we can Sulphur Falls, and then when these come out untapped, so... Not much I can do about that. Do we scry? I think we scry. I'll take that. That's not a bad turn 2 play, so let's this out and Ledger Shredder. If he can deal with it, he can deal with it. Let's get rid of those control spells now. Although it's Jund food, probably. I don't know the decks well enough, but it's probably some sort of Jund sacrifice, food-based sacrifice thing. Scry, yeah, it's cool. Let some scry a bunch. Okay, what's that do? Just black man at this point, okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is only to creatures, so we can't do that yet. Which, see, that's where these become dead. I just got to play this out and end the turn. So these are the turns where, like, he has no creatures, so these are both dead spells. That's why I'm thinking the two damage scry is a little bit better, because I have this to deal with creatures. If he puts something out, I can pitch the Phoenix. Okay, that's fine. He gets in for 4. Is this instant? It is. So let's go ahead and do it. No, not that. That. Discard. So now, let's put out the Drake. It's only a 2/4, but we can put it out. And we'll start casting spells next turn. If we can draw one more 1-mana spell or a 2-mana spell, we can get... There we go. Next turn we have a Phoenix at least. Maybe even 2. Yeah, and my turn. See what he puts up. Alright. Get rid of it now. Hoping for 2 Phoenixes. I'll do Chart a Course, see if I can pitch one I'll consider. And then he doesn't have a creature for me to strangle, so hopefully I can draw a spell as well in here somewhere. Interesting. I don't know what I'm actually looking at here, like a Jund control. Oh. Now we have to decide if we try and get the 3rd spell. I think we do. Okay, we have to discard one. So let's discard Strangle since he doesn't have a creature. No. Yes. Yeah, we'll discard that. Put out the Sulphur Falls. We'll do another strategic planning. Let's actually take another Drake. So that buffs the Drake as well when we do cast it. And then we'll consider. I can go into the graveyard. Done. 1 Phoenix. And then we'll put the Drake out. Probably. Oh, hello. I have no way of exiling it other than... We'll see. But this will be a 7/4, so that's fine. Oof. Just have to draw a card. Do we sack the Phoenix? That's not a bad card. I wish I had a way to... It's fine. That's fine if he wants to trade it. That'll... I guess it doesn't matter. In hindsight, that was probably stupid. You might think I have a spell to exile it, though. So he might just take the 3 here. He did, okay. That's fair. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, so do we chart a course? Let's start. Try to get some more Phoenixes and swing for lethal, or put out another Crackling Drake? I can do one of these and still do the Drake. Let's discard a Consider. Let's put out Storm Coast. If we swing, all my stuff dies and he gets his stuff back. I need to go wider. I don't have Phoenixes in the graveyard. I could chart a course again, go for another Phoenix. Let's put this out. And we'll end the turn there. If he swings, I can block, and then on my turn I can swing back. That's nice for like a control deck. That's a good blocker. Okay. Need some of my burn spells. So I can exile his Phoenixes. Okay. 1. Do a Consider. Graveyard that. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do an opt, and if I... No, because that's not going to get me a Phoenix. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to attack. I'll have to block those. I'll get 3 through. He'll kill both of those, though. He will block both. They will both die, then he'll get his back. If I attack with the bird, he might hold off. I'll just squeeze another 3 through if he does. then when I get the other Crackling Drake up, I can swing for lethal maybe? Second main phase, another Crackling Drake. Oh my goodness, okay. The next turn, if I can swing, it's lethal. If I can swing with this board state. Let's see what he does. Or what they do, sorry. Like, where are all my lightning axes now? Where are all my lightning axes? Yeah, sure. I wonder what the win condition for this deck is. This is a cool card. Okay. Sacrifice the Phoenix. I can get that back with some luck on the spells. Swinging through 11 is still lethal. Probably 12. So unless he has an answer for one of these Crackling Drakes, like another blocker. So if I get lucky on the draws, I can get the Phoenix back. I just have the one Phoenix, right? Okay, good. Yeah, he saw it too. Cool. Haha. Bronze tier 2. So I do like this deck, and again, because I guess it doesn't show up a lot, there's not a lot of hate towards it, like not a lot of graveyard hate. Although, I imagine there's other stuff that plays the graveyard in Explorer, but I don't see a lot of it, or at least not yet. Unless you control a mountain. So I can play Vent. Probably play it tapped. And just Sulfur Falls. I have a burn I can consider. I got lots of options here. This is good. I'm going first, so I'm going to say hello. I'm going to play this out tapped. Just in case it's an aggro deck, I don't need to take the 2 life, and then I can play Sulfur Falls untapped, and then the turn after I can play Stormcarved untapped. Ornithopter. Gingerroot. Artifact affinity type deal. Okay. So I think we're just going to burn the Brute. Just to keep aggro down. That gives me... Do I burn the Brute? No, I think I play this. And then I consider... No. I have the mana to get up to a Crackling Drake, so we'll wait for him to, like, cast a spell on the Brute. He's going to buff it. Let's go ahead and we'll kill that now. So I'll take a 2 for 1. Yep. My turn. Ooh. This is definitely this. Into strategic planning. Pick 1 from my hand. I'm actually going to take the other strategic planning. Although Strangle probably wouldn't have been a bad choice either. And then I'm going to... Let's just do it. No, we'll do that at the end of his turn. So if we can pitch a Phoenix. Although I get Shock into Crackling Drake for 3/4 next turn as well. If I cast this in his turn, it'll be a 5/4, which would be nice. Maybe I should have taken the Strangle just to have it. Okay, interesting. And it's ward too, so that would get expensive. Cool. This deck I have no idea what to expect, so that'll be fun. I am going to consider just to make my Drake a little bigger in case... guess you can do some sort of buff, but I don't know what he could have that's colorless. Yeah, it's gonna cost me 3 to kill him. I should have had Strangle. This will be interesting. I'm just gonna play my game. I'm gonna look. Kind of gives me the best next turn if I have to cast the Drake. Because if I'm swinging for 4, I'm gonna keep that. Ooh, and a finale. I don't have any Phoenixes though, so I need to put the Drake out as a defender. So, or do I? Do I strategic plan? Do I chart a course? Screw it. Discard this. And then I can shock in the steam vent. Put out a ledger shredder, gives me a blocker. He can pay to make it not blockable, but and it's food. I don't know what he could have with 1 colorless mana. It'd be interesting to see. So I can start boosting him next turn too. Yep. Yep. I take the 5 for now. Just hope I can go over the top. What if this guy is a 5? Do I have enough cards? I don't. Crackling Drake is a 5/4. Ow, just keep punching the microphone. That's a good idea. Plus draw card, sure. I need to. Do I mean, he can make it unblockable. So, oh, there's my Phoenix finally. Starting to see them. Need to block. He's gonna make that unblockable. So I got a 2-turn clock. There's nothing I can do about it unless I draw a Lightning Axe. That's what I need. Or if I have 5 damage worth of spells in here. I have 4. I have 5 right here. I should do that. Instant sorcery. Play it for 1. Okay, didn't make it unblockable. Oh, you make it after the fact. Okay. Oh no. You had to do that first. Whoops. Okay. That sucks, dude. That sucks. What do I do? 5 finale? No, that's not going to be enough. Strategic planning? Another Crackling Drake? Finale a promise, kill his Patchwork Automaton? Yeah. So I can do that. Pay 1. We're going to do Play with Fire, and we're going to do Strangle. Auto pay. Select a card to cast. Let's do Strangle. So I get to cast it for free? What? I guess, did that fail? Oh, well, that's my fault. We'll discard that. Okay, so that's what happens in that case. But I could have... Okay. I shouldn't have ended turn. That was dumb. Oof. That's all I can say. Okay. If he goes to buff the Patchwork, I'm going to do Lightning Axe. I'm going to discard an Opt. Oops. No. I don't have the mana for that because of Ward. Shit. Shit, shoot. Alright. Guess I block with my Phoenix. Doesn't have trample. That's that Ward. Ward is such an ability. Sulfur Falls, eh? See, now I can't do it. Okay. Let's discard an Opt. Let's discard. Doesn't matter, this one. Yeah, I think he's got this. Might get this guy out, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah, that's rough with the Ward. I should have planned for it and left 2 mana open so I could kill. Oh, I don't have enough to kill it. Doesn't matter. I needed to leave 2 open before it got buffed. Put that in the bank for later. I'm gonna lose my Ledger Shredder, or I let him get me down to 2. How many? 1. Just 1 Phoenix. That's interesting. Serpent Coil. Okay. Stone Coil Serpent. Doesn't matter. I can't do anything. 9. I can kill that. I'll do it at the end of my turn. I do have to block. Just have to do it. If I can get all of my Phoenixes in the graveyard in 1 turn. It was over. Could have blocked it and bought myself another turn, but 12 damage from Phoenixes just wasn't going to cut it. Okay, so now we're back here. I wanted to think. So when I cast... I might have misread Ward. So I cast Finale Devastation, and I assume that meant that because I didn't have to pay their casting cost, if I targeted their Ward creature with a 1 mana spell, I wouldn't have to pay the 2 because Finale doesn't make you pay the casting cost. Not sure that's how it works, but that's what I assumed. But let me just go read Ward. With mana value X or less without paying its mana cost. So I should be able to cast a 1 mana spell, in this case 1 mana spell, and then if they later boost it, I still don't have to pay the cost. I assume that's how it's always worked. So what does Ward do that made that not work? Because I assumed it just made the spell cost 2 more. Right? Maybe I should have read it. Reading the card helps. Waterfall Areas has Ward. So whenever a permanent with Ward becomes the target of a spell or ability opponent controls, counter it unless he pays the Ward cost. Okay, so it's like a yeah, like one of the spell sinks or whatever, the counter it unless they pay more mana. Okay, well that's fine. I just didn't read the card and I assumed it did something it didn't. All right, fair game. Definitely would play that differently now knowing A, that, and B, probably should have kept the 2 mana up so I could have removed it anyways with my Lightning Axe. That's a good ability. I wonder if there's anything I can put in my deck that would have that. All right, but that's about half an hour, so I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, as always. If you see anything, any misplays that I didn't catch or anything I didn't notice, definitely let me know in the comments down below. It's the only way I get better. If you want to hear more about my endeavors in paper magic and how that's going, definitely let me know. I can add those into videos or do even separate videos for that as that gets really rolling. And I will eventually get my Aether Hub fired back up, and I'll put this deck up there just so you guys will have that, and you guys can, if you feel like it, give it a go. And yeah, other than that, as always, thank you for watching. Take care of each other, and I'll see y'all next time.